Hello, all. I don't know if there'll be a lot of people in here. I know my lives are pretty late, and and because of how late they start, I probably don't get as many friends to come and hang out with me. Although you guys have been a lot of fun, lots and lots of fun. I say. I'm gonna put this over here in case someone comes along. I'll be able to say, "Hey, what's going on?" I am still trucking along with Lady Creole. She probably should have been done. Um, I'm gonna be honest. Um, we got it. I usually sit in here and I diamond paint. You guys know my son, who's my co-host. He normally sits here and he diamond paints. He diamond paints in the mornings before he goes into work. He usually starts. He usually leaves home about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and he gets home about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So he usually comes in during our live session. So he'll diamond paint for an hour or two in the morning. Long story short, he has picked up more hours at work. So yay! Congratulations. I know I told you guys he's becoming a hi Becky's Madness for Crafting. How are you? So he's becoming what we call a company man. About a month or so ago, right around the time when my dad died and I was going home to get my mom, he was hello, Diamond Painting Dreamer. Hey, Becca. He was, kind of talked to, pulled to the side by his boss, the owner of the company, and they talked to him about growing with the company, and just to kind of gauge his interest and to see where he was at if they paid for additional schooling. So if you guys don't know, Justin was a junior in college and kind of was at a point where he had to kind of pick because he had filled all like prereqs, general prereqs, had the associates and all of that. And you have to kind of pick at that point, like what direction you're going in, because you can't just continue to go to school for prerequisites. And because of the fact that he had, I was paying for some of his school, and he had partial financial aid. I didn't want him to utilize all of his financial aid. And I told him, I'm not paying for school forever. So I told him to hold off until you know what direction you are going in. So it was actually great news when the company kind of approached him and said if he was interested in going into some additional schooling, they would kind of pay for it. If just to kind of put you guys in mind, they were talking more engineering, some sort of maybe, and it's going to be up to him, but definitely engineering, mathematics, and the other thing I think he said was something in like CAD or something like that, where you're doing creative art and design. Obviously, he's my partner, so things like that are right in line with how he spends time and hangs out with me. So I told him by all means, if the job is interested in paying for your schooling, take an opportunity to see what you'd be working with. Take a look at that for a while. So that's what he's doing, and that's why he has so many hours. He's getting to, I think, know the different departments and things that make up that unit. From there, I think he'll maybe make a determination as to whether or not it's something he wants to continue to do. And then, once they start to pay for it, there's a 2-year requirement. So once they pay for school and he's working in that, industry, in that department, he'll be required to remain there for a couple of years. But I told him that's a great opportunity to get your schooling paid for. It's not a lengthy, jail sentence, 2 years. That's about how long it takes to get comfortable in a position. Then he'd be eligible if he wanted to take that education or that training and go somewhere else. Boom. So hats off to him. Yay, 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 yay. I'm pretty proud of him. I like the direction that's ahead of him and some of the paths that, may open up from this. So, yeah. Now we just got home, babies come along and kiddos and things like that. So, leads me back to me. I always sit here and I diamond paint and I watch TV and things like that. Um, the things that I watch aren't really like time. They don't take up and occupy a lot of my mind. That is cool, isn't it, Becky? So I'm kind of happy for him and things like that. Definitely been a great 6 to 7 months for him. Although we've dealt with our own, tragedy and things like that, it's still, not hindering anything. And we're pulling along and still seeing lots of light at the end of tunnel. So I like that. For me, I know that if you guys have watched some of my prior videos, you'll know that I have, I'll ask what people do when they're diamond painting. What do you do? Do you watch TV? Do you listen to music? Does anybody sit in a room and kind of engage with you and things like that? I know at one point I posed a question and I asked if, weather or seasons change how you diamond paint. And a lot of people were like, no, they don't, they don't think that they would change their habit. They felt like they would be diamond painting just the same, which is great. So for me, just so that everyone knows, I am diamond painting a whole lot more, but I think I'm doing it just a little bit differently. Clearly, I'm doing it to shows that kind of take away my focus and my concentration and things like that. Might be because it's summer. You never know, It's definitely shows that I never would have watched before. So yeah, I'm attributing that to my mom. She'll be out here with me when I'm diamond painting, and that's great because that means besides Justin, when he's diamond painting with me, I have company and companionship. My daughter, she plays her guitar and she's big into puzzling. So she would normally be off straight ahead. I think I gave you guys a tour, but straight ahead is like my dining room and things. That table's long enough and big enough. When my daughter wants to puzzle, she does it from that table. Or she'll be in her room and she'll be, playing her guitar and things like that. So I do diamond paint a lot more. I'm here diamond painting a lot more. But as my mom is watching shows on TV that I've never seen before, and they're different than what I normally would watch, I'm noticing that it's pulling my attention. It's like, so my head is looking up, and I'll tell you, I'm diamond painting more. I've had to pick up diamonds so much more frequently. So that led me to wonder, what is everyone doing when if you're not watching YouTube with the whip and chat, because I can tell you, I can get so much done with a whip and chat when I'm watching, I don't know if you guys know Jeremy Fryer, he's one of my mods, but when he's going, he'll have like lengthy 5-hour lives, I can get a ton done. I know everyone pulls out their materials, and we all watch Mrs. Crochet and Coffee and Rachel Ray and Jennifer Roberts. And I get a lot done when I'm watching YouTube. Yeah, like Rebecca, I usually watch people's videos on YouTube. Well, I listen and I look up ever so. Exactly. That's what I do. I listen. I'll look up every so often. I'll lurk. I'll have my keyboard, as you guys can see. I try to keep my keyboard close. I have my keyboard right here. And if I see something, hey, Mrs. Crosby, I was just talking about you. I was just saying how we all get our material and we go and we watch people's lives and their videos. And when we watch their lives, when we watch their videos, we're able to get so much done. I get a lot done when I'm in your live, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. When I go to Rachel Ray's, when I attend a live, I get a ton done. But I was telling them, ever since my mom has come to stay with me and she joins me out here, I'll be diamond painting and she watches television shows that I've never watched. And I'll find myself looking up at the TV to see what's going on, and I'll misplace a dime and I'll put it somewhere that it shouldn't have gone. Not TV though, for the same reason you mentioned. I get distracted. Yeah, I do. I get it. I'm glad someone gets something done. I do. When I go to your live, I get a lot done, and that's the whole point in doing it. Like, I can't wait to sit and listen, laugh. I'll participate. I'll ask a question every once in a while. I'll look up at the board and see what everyone's talking about and discussing. But at the end of the day, it definitely helps me get, further along. I say that because this one right here, this one I started this last week. It should definitely be done. I'm at the bottom, but my mom has gotten addicted to this show called The Haves and the Have-Nots. And it's not a show that I ever watched. I tried to watch like the first or second episode. I was like, "Whoa, it's a lot going on." And so I never watched it. And then she saw the first episode and said, "Oh, that's too much for me. I can't watch it." Your parents watch it? Okay, so So I guess she got bored one day while I was at work, and she went back and we watched the first episode. And I told her, "Oh, I seen this episode. It was a bit much." So then she goes back and she watches 2 or 3 more episodes. So I come home and she's watching the I think she was on episode 6. And so I'm trying to diamond paint and I'm putting the diamonds in the wrong spot. Oh my goodness. I got to go back and pick everything up. But the TV was like calling my name and things. Justin, same thing. He was sitting here one day and he has his diamonds out. He's working on 2 projects, not just one. He's working on 2. He's working on a birthday gift for next month, and he's working on his own project that he was trying to get done by the end of September. Anyway, he's not diamond painting at all. He's not working on either one. He's looking up at the TV. So clearly, I got to rearrange how I'm doing things because I don't want to keep pulling up diamonds when I put them down wrong. So other than that, that's really what I've been up to this past week, like trying to reconfigure. Should I have TV time? Because I never really watched a lot of TV. I don't want to have to incorporate TV time in. I'm addicted still to diamond painting. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did. Bought her a TV and not going to lie, put a Fire Stick on the back of it. Got her own Alexa remote. And she's off having her little ball. And I'm in here. I'm now able to get back to the way things were supposed to be. Before, she was on her little tablets and things, and she had her phone, and we had got her a TV. She had the little, HD for the locals and stuff like that. But yeah, that Alexa Fire Stick now allows her to just be off in the wind. So there we go. Problem solved. That's what I like. Other than that, I hope to be done with this by Saturday. I don't have any like major gifts. I have a gift that I want to do, that I want to give for like a wedding gift. And I wanted you guys to help me decide what you thought would be a good wedding gift. It's for my aunt, and I would say she has gotten into crafting, but she doesn't know yet what she's going to want to do. So these are the 2 that I'm trying to decide between, and I would like your help in picking a good gift to give. Obviously, it'll already be done and framed as a wedding gift. I am leaning more towards this. This is this little light of mine. And I know if you guys are on Facebook, you've seen some renderings. A couple people have completed it this week. I've had this in my stash since January. And I've been definitely this. I think this one will be good as well. My aunt, when she was younger, she sang in the church choir, and that was the song that was able to for lack of a better way to say this, that was the song that was able to hide her vocal lack of a vocal capability. She would sing and everybody could sing over her and drown her out. But this little light of mine, she was always trying to sing and it wasn't good. Um, and I used to tease her. My aunt's only a couple, she's like 10, 12 years older than me. So when I tease her, it's with love. And then the other one was Nefertiti. If I don't give Nefertiti away, then what is wrong with my lighting? Then I would definitely, it will go up on the wall next to it'll probably going on the wall next to Nola, which I'll be showing you guys. I forgot to show you guys at the end of last week's video. So there we go. But yeah, I do think that this little light of mine is going to be the better gift. And it's because she'll get the joke when I be like, girl, let's just put that on the wall and we ain't ever got to hear you sing it again. And I think she'll appreciate that. She'll have to explain the story to everybody that come in the house. Also, I think that'll be funny. Oh, that's so mean of me, but yeah, I'm gonna do it. Anyway, I think I dropped my keyboard. Okay, so if it takes me a moment or two to respond, I do too, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. I think that's gonna be a great gift. Okay, so up for framing next. No, I will not be putting this into, I won't be sealing it, and it will not be going on. The kids are doing great. My daughter, she just got home from dad's, and she's out in her guitar in the other room. She is writing. She's been writing all summer, to be honest. And so we're going to see. She's going to give us a little concert to display some of the songs that she's written. But she is back on her guitar. It's been a while, so I do love to hear her play, and I love to hear her sing. Let's see. And Justin, since you missed the beginning, I was talking about Justin. He picked up some additional time at work. They actually have talked to him about growing into a couple of different departments. They're looking at him more for like creative art, creative design, CAD, and things like that. And they asked him if he might be interested if they paid for his schooling, well, additional schooling, because he was a junior in school before he said he was going to take some time off and work full time. So they were thinking about paying for his additional, I think he only needs, 2 years for his bachelor's in probably marketing or creative art and design. And they offered to pay for that. So what he's doing now is he's going in, he's working a couple of other departments, trying to get to know what the duties would entail before he makes that final commitment and says, yeah, I'll go to school and I'll be, with you guys, because they told him after schooling it would be a 2-year commitment before he could leave and go somewhere else. But I'm happy for him. That's what Mama wanted to hear. And like I was saying, no babies, no babies. I know you guys can see that shine. Woo, it does shine. It does shine. So this is Nola. Nola has been hanging up on a hanger for the last couple of days, but I have finally found, and I went online to Walmart, and I finally found a poster frame that I will be able to use, yes, in order to put the frame in. So I'm probably, once it gets here, this is going to be a, I think it is a 20, I think it said 22 or 24 by 36 is what I'm getting. And they had 2 of them for $14.99. And so I'll be waiting. But again, that's going to be my next project that you'll see me trying to work with. And I probably will try to do like some sort of matte finish around the edge. I still haven't figured out what everyone uses when they're doing that. But I'm going to try and make it look decent. And then I'm going to pick a wall and I'm going to put it on. But this is Nola. And yes, you see that sparkle? I will not be sealing, and she's just going to go behind a poster frame. So I did take Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's advice, and I have since taken it down because I'm waiting for the frame to come in. And I rolled it up with the diamonds to the outside. And as you guys can see, I'm demonstrating that. I've seen someone post online about it. So I said, well, I will show it as I roll mine back up. And you just roll it up with the diamonds. And then I put it in one of my, I do have several Diamond Art Club boxes, and I've just been storing it in there until my frame arrives. I just ordered the frame yesterday. So hopefully 3 to 5 days. Yay! Other than that, so there we go with that. We've talked about how I wanted to show a purchase that I made. I know you guys saw how distraught I was over the last purchase that I didn't make. So when I saw something that I loved and had to have, I didn't hesitate and make the purchase this time. I actually made the purchase. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and split right down the middle. I know everyone loves Diamond Art Club. And it's been a while since I've had a Diamond Art Club. Since I took advantage of some of those. All right, putting this to the side. I took advantage of the sale, the AliExpress sale. Don't you guys just love the boxes when they come in? Let me see if I can move up. There we go. Get some more lighting. There we go. I love the boxes when they come in. Yep. So, and you guys have probably seen this one unboxed. But, hi Tammy. Just popping in to say hi before you go to bed. Yeah, this one will be a quick one. Justin worked kind of hard this week. And when he got in, after he ate dinner, he literally was like, he just wanted to kind of lay down and put his feet up. So I think that he was just a little tired. Too tired to kind of go online. Alrighty, so we're going to open. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. Starting with the diamonds. Woo! These are AB. Look at these colors. And it's a round. Yes, it's a round. Oh, these are such beautiful colors. You guys probably can guess what it is just looking at the colors. This one is going to be fun. I think I'm going to start. I want to wait until October, but I may not be able to wait at all. And I'll show you why momentarily. Momentarily. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Think you guys have seen this. Oh wow, pretty, pretty, pretty. I may have to move my camera in case you can't see it, but I'm trying to. Oh, that's a good angle. Yep. Hey Cindy B, how are you? Let me see if I can unroll it a little. Uh-oh, I forgot it's a new one. So it comes with the sticker. I may have to. I'm just going to unroll the ends. This one is Hope Runs Deep. I know that you guys have seen it online. I've seen it online. I think I've seen it online before I even. So I'm going to move the camera. And you guys are getting every angle because I'm not. Here we go. Oh, I still. Uh-oh. I'm sorry about that. Looks like it's trying too hard. Ah, that's neat. Okay. How about I just do this? That is the light pad under Lady Creole. Oh, that is so cute. All right, I'm sorry. See my empty walls? They're still empty. They are still empty. My daughter is giving me money to get a Hannah one next month for my birthday. It will be my first DAC. So excited. I know you cannot wait. I know you cannot wait. They are supposed to, as I believe they had announced that they were trying to get some Hannah Lynn's coming this fall, Cindy B. I can't remember. I think they did like a vote or something on which ones we would like to see. Yeah, anxious to see which ones will be picked. Yeah, they did a vote on Diamond Art Club, their Facebook page, and they were saying, obviously they wanted to know which ones we were interested in them trying to turn into diamond painting. Oh, so you guys already know how I feel about Chuck Pence. I won't go into too much detail, but I am still waiting for Island Time to return. I don't know what happened with me in that painting and why it touched me so, but it did. I was I was on Facebook one day and I got messaged from Diamond Art Club. We were talking and they told me that I guess they seen the video and they told me that it was coming back. It's just going to be. Is it? I saw that you said it was. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm gonna have to. It looks so nice, but is it really bad? Is it bad? The confetti? I did. I've been watching you, but it's just so pretty. It looks so pretty. It's like it calls my name, and I think they felt bad because I was like on the verge of tears, and it was like it's coming back. You'll be able to get it, and I've been trying to wait on it because I do want it, but landscapes are always bad in confetti. That's true, especially to get the shading. That you have the sand on there, so that one's probably a lot. And then the different hues in the ocean alone, they're making some improvements. Okay, you like it also? Well, you know what, Cindy B, we're gonna get it the next time. Definitely. The way I woo-hooed and cried, I wouldn't be shocked if my mom or my son, one of them, went out and got it because they felt so bad for me. I literally was like, "Oh my gosh!" All right, so that is my little special time right there. Got me my Chuck Pinson. There's a lot if you go to his site. So how I knew of him is there's my daughter. I know she tried to turn some of you into puzzlers. A few of the symbols were a little hard to see. So okay. Well, that helps then. I'm glad. You guys know my daughter. She tried to get a few of you to go into puzzling with her. And so although I'm not big on puzzling, their images, especially, the 1,000 and the 5,000, those are really nice. And so I knew who Chuck was because she's into puzzling. And there's a couple of people people at my job who are into puzzling also. And so they showed me some pictures that they were working on. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's really nice. Never did I ever think, this would be nice to turn into a diamond painting. Um, because I got to admit, the way people do these, the way they do these customs, I might have said, I wonder if I could purchase this and turn this into a custom. And so, now he's coming to the diamond painting world, and I'm excited, definitely excited. With that said, um, that makes me wonder. I know there's a lot of artwork on like these China websites and things. Night, Tammy. Thanks for stopping in. I know there's a lot of art on the Chinese websites like AliExpress and things where we purchase. And it does make me wonder now because I'm I said almost exclusively purchasing through Diamond Art Club because I just had that big AliExpress purchase and it'd been so long since I purchased. A lot of the artwork I showed you guys last week were like Winnie the Pooh, Betty Boop, cartoon. I'm sure that those were copyrighted. And so it does make me wonder, you know, when it comes to licensing, what are the limits? What are the legalities? And, how I definitely don't want to see anyone who's, put in a lot of time. I don't want to see their artistry, not be compensated. But at the same time, I like to try out and see what's out there. And, so I feel bad because I spent some good money on AliExpress and I enjoy everything that I got. And I'm going to do it. But, and I did consider taking one of the, puzzle ideas and turning it into a custom and doing it. So, welcome to the diamond painting genre. Hopefully, many more artists will come that way. And I think when it comes to, diamond painting, it's a great way to get their artwork out there. Uh, yep, it's late. What you doing up this late at night? It's what, 11:30 there? 11:33? It's late. Rebecca, it's late where you are too. It's 12:30. And don't you have to work tomorrow? I know you're getting your diamond painting done. So, the other thing that I had asked my mom to work on for me, and hopefully she'll be able to do that within the next couple of days, is quick recipes. I heard a lot of people were saying some of their housework, their cooking chores, things of that nature, sometimes suffer when it comes to trying to diamond paint. It definitely suffered for me. I don't have to worry about that so much anymore because my mom, she has single-handedly taken over a lot of the cooking and the household duties. She definitely tries to keep herself from getting bored, and I so appreciate her. When I come home now, I can kick my feet up. Me and the kids, we were taking our time, and we were, for just. It says Mr. Coffee just got home from his trip to PA to drop off my daughter. I'm sitting over here waiting. Hi, Mr. Coffee. She said you wide awake. So that means you're wide awake. So my mom, she has taken, over like a lot of the cooking duties and things. I really appreciate it. Some of the things that she's always telling me, I'm gonna get me a job. I'm gonna get out there. What you gonna do? How you gonna cook when I start working and things like that. She says that to me a lot. So I told her that I was hoping that she would at that point give me a bunch of ideas as far as quick recipes and things. So that's going to be my next for next week. I'm going to go over some of her ideas that she's presented as far as quick recipes, especially on days where you have to like get the kids out. My brother's granddaughter, she is off for the summer with my brother's wife, my sister-in-law's sister, and his granddaughter lives with him. So she's coming home. She's 4 going on 5, and they are going to be looking to, for one, get some assistance from my mom, and then for 2, quick ideas, quick cooking ideas, so that when my sister-in-law gets off work, she's a teacher, and my brother, he works nights here in the casino. So they have an extremely busy lifestyle, and they were asking my mom for quick tip recipes and things like that. So I think that's a good idea. I want to know some quick tip recipes, because if she does decide to get up out of here and go find her some business during the day, that's going to put me back to doing this work, this back-breaking work. And yeah, I'm going to need to get it done as quickly as possible so I can get back to diamond painting. That's a lot of driving alone. Yeah, he come back by himself. I hadn't thought about that. Oh, how are you feeling? And he's wide awake. He put his foot up. You have to get out the foot bath. You probably are going to have to get out the Epsom salt. Yep. Let him soak his feet. Kick his feet up. Relax. Put on a video game for him to play. Yep. That's living. And then you'll be able to get to diamond painting. Did I say that out loud? Ultimately, that's what we're doing. We're going to make them comfortable so we can get back to diamond painting. Did you pack him a lunch? 27 hours. Oh, my God. He came home, ate dinner, took a shower, and he is now watching TV. Okay. Well, he halfway there. Did you pack him a lunch? You get him some hot dogs, hamburgers, some quick fixings, because that's what we do. We get him some quick fixings so we can get back to diamond painting. Oh, man, that's probably why I'm single, because I sure would have a whole bunch of hot dogs and hamburgers up in the freezer, things like that. Yeah, those are the days. Made sure he is all good. There you go. There you go. He all good. So now just hand him the controller, Xbox, PS4, whatever, his game of choice is. Give him his headset so he can fall asleep having a ball doing what he likes. You can get back to doing what you like. There we go. See? We solving for world peace here. That's pretty much what we're doing. And everybody's happy, especially when diamond paint. Yep. So other than that, let's see. On the weight loss tip, Mom's here. I don't want to say that I haven't lost any weight. If I have, it's like millimeters, though, Haven't gained. That's been the fight. That's the battle, not to gain. But, the whole point was to be on the path to change and, redefining my outer self while I got connected with my inner self. That was all out the door when the haves and have-nots came on, and homemade macaroni and cheese and greens and smothered pork chops, fried chicken. I never even really liked fried chicken, but I like the way she fries the boneless, skinless, grilled chicken. It's not grilled anymore. It's dipped in batter and some flavored goodness. I can tell you that. So I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I find myself throughout the day saying, nope, I have to turn this down because there's no telling what's waiting on me at home. I find myself saying that a lot. Nope, can't eat that. Not going to have that. Someone asked me for, let's go out for iced coffee. Can't have that. Might be some smothered pork chops at home. Mashed potatoes with sour cream, little cheddar cheese. So, Jeremy, what's up? How are you? I was just talking about you a little while ago about how I get a lot done when I go to your lives and Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's live. I get a lot of diamond painting done. and that I gotta get caught back up because I got a little distracted in the last week and a half. But knowing is half the battle. So I know, and the battle is over. Oh, look at you. So what's everybody up to? What's everyone working on? Aside from Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, I know what you're working on. And Jeremy, I know what you're working on also. But Cindy B, don't know what you're working on. And Becky, I don't know what you're working on. And Rebecca, if you're still around lurking, I'm sure you probably have fallen off to sleep. I don't see Mimi in here tonight. All right. Yep, making polymer clay diamond paint. Oh yeah, you said that I think a week ago. You said that you were gonna. So how's that going? I've seen. I'm starting to see them pop up like on Etsy. I've seen a few. That looks fun. I have a ton of polymer clay, but I got mine because I was gonna. No need for words. One from Sophie Beauty Store. A little girl in pink. Creative Mayhem has done it. Oh, okay. I will have to go on. Have you posted a picture of it, Cindy B? I think it says Sophie Beauty. I'm trying to think. I think I've seen it. I think I have. No picture yet, but I will. Okay. Doing coloring swatches. Yeah. Who's the artist, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, that you're doing coloring swatches for? Are those for one of your magazines? You guys know we have the DP-a-thon coming up at the end of the month. That's going to be, I think, July 27th and 28th. 2 days worth of fun diamond painting. I think I'm going to take off from work on that Monday, the following Monday, just to kind of be able to catch up on my sleep and recoup. Because I never get enough sleep. I always try and make it to even the overnight ones. And I'll fall asleep and then I'll wake up and I'll try and watch them and things. It's from behind her and she's holding flowers. That's what I'm doing. No, I am color watching my new color pencils. Oh, the new color pencils. Is that the ones you had in is it a tin box? I think I know I saw your opening of your pens, but I don't know if I've seen um, this new pens that you're referring to. New color pencils. You guys are going to have me go out and just get all these color pencils, and I'm going to be on to another craft. That's how I got into diamond painting. I was doing polymer jewelry. I hated conditioning because it was hurting my hands. And then I went back to cross stitch. I used to crochet a lot. But I didn't crochet. I hadn't crocheted in like 6 years. So then, color part-time just to keep me sane from the confetti. Yep. I can see how that would work. Didn't have to buy a thing for coloring. Have a hole under the bed tub full of books and supplies. A few years ago, when adult coloring first started coming back onto the market, Justin bought me a couple of coloring books. And I do have some of those. He bought me a coloring pencil set as well. Head out and see what I have around here. The thing that I didn't like about the set, which kept me from using it, was it was in a tin container and they were double-sided. So like this first 8 had these 8 colors, and then you flip them over and it had like a whole set of 8 colors. It's like 16 colors all in one. They were kept in a tin and things like that. It was a good idea, I'm not going to lie. But the other thing I didn't like about some of the coloring books was he bought me one that had like kaleidoscope um, pictures, and they had a lot of space in them to where you can actually color. The other ones I didn't like, they had like little tiny lines, and it was like a drawing that was pretty much almost all done, and adding color to it I felt would have taken away from it. So for me, I didn't like those ones. Let's see, I didn't have to buy it. Oh, I got that. The Jelly Roll pens are tempting though. Just finished watching with those. Have to check and see what those are. Jelly Roll pens. Yep. At the end of the day, I would like to have a class, just a little bit of a like a coloring class where you can go. I know here in Vegas, I don't think they have coloring yet. They still are doing the wine and paint though. But I think a coloring class, because one thing that I saw you post about Mrs. Crochet and Coffee was that you were trying to get the shading right for skin tones and things. And I think that that's what keeps me from, getting too deep into coloring, because I do think that the skin tone, having the right skin tone and coloring and things like that, can really set that picture and that painting out so nicely. So perhaps I'll continue to stay tuned, because I have been paying attention, especially to the coloring. I would like to learn a little bit more about shading also. I love to see shading in portraits. I like to see how things come together. Well, girl, I am going to learn and teach it. There we go. So whatever you learn, push it forward, and I will love to learn that, because I think that is so beautiful. So I do want the skin tone, obviously, and I want to learn shading. And the shading that I like to see, like in the one picture you're doing, Mrs. Coffee, where you can see in the water, like where the waves and stuff are crusting in. I love that. I love to see how, because this is a flat picture, but yet you can see depth in it. You can, like, it makes it look like the water is lapping, or flowing, whatever they call it. And I know that that's because of shading. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I have them in my shopping cart. Just haven't pushed them. You better push the button, Cindy. You know how I was crying last week when I didn't push the button on Island Time. I don't want anybody to ever feel like I felt, because that was very depressing. I'll never forget. I think it was Monday, the day of the release, and it was gone. Like, yeah. So I won't ever do that again. I won't ever wait. I definitely didn't wait on. Yes, I have been doing a lot of research on it. As soon as I learn, I will show you. I can't wait. I really can't, because I think that that is what sets the tone in pictures and things like that. Obviously, I can make a circle and put some eyes and some lips on it, but how can I make these lips look like my lips and those lips look like Justin's or something? So I know that it has to do with shading and things. The other thing that I'm hoping that I can learn from that is, maybe, I know a lot of us started in cross stitch. Some of us are doing beaded cross stitch. But if that's something that can transition into like your own, I definitely don't see me doing like, portraits and things, but shading on, abstract art and things like that, different color swatches and how to, swoon them through. I think that'll be nice. Felt so bad that, man, I felt bad too, Mrs. Coffee. I was in tears. I was in tears. Not so much like, I have a client who he has a Ferrari, and his Ferrari was parked on the side of the road. He had run to another car. They were in a car show, and he had run back to another car, check on them. I think something happened with their tire, had a flat tire or whatever. He turns to go get in his car, and someone rear-ended / sideswiped and tore the car to pieces. Now, I thought I was sad and depressed and upset and things. Oh man, the way he sounded when he called in to get his car because I had to tow it from the scene. Um, I couldn't get out to adjust it and to look at the damage. I had to get someone out to check. Oh, this poor man, yes. And his car is valued at over $500,000, which means we may have to try to repair it. And the minute I looked at it, I said it's total. But in the car industry, for for it to be considered totaled out, it has to cost more to repair than the value of the car, the actual cash value of the car. And usually that's somewhere around like 80% of the car's value. So if a car is $500,000, yeah, it's going to have to cost a whole lot in repairs in order for us to total it out. And I don't know if it'll cost that much. I mean, they might be able to replace the whole rear differential for $250,000. And of course, when you have a Ferrari $500,000 car, you don't want it to be repaired. You want it totaled out. You want to check. You want to just go and buy another one. So yeah, I'm trying since this car incident. I'm trying to put life into perspective because I really was sad last week and I was depressed and my lip was poked out and all you guys heard about was island time. And then we have the Ferrari. So I'm trying to put life into perspective. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna act as if this is hurting me as much as him watching his baby get totaled is hurting him. You know. But I did almost slip and say, "Oh, I know what you mean. There was this painting that I had my heart set on." Almost slipped up. Almost slipped up. But we don't want to lose a good customer. So at the end of the day, I'm making sure that I put life into perspective. Definitely. So with that said, how's everyone else's summer going? Are you guys getting out a lot? I have I've been to my pool. I don't know, not a lot. Not like I thought I would if I when I was growing up and said I wanted a pool. I thought I'd be in a pool every day. But I've been there maybe it's too hot to get in it. It's like 110 degrees, 112 the other day. Like who wants to be out you have to still get to the pool. And unless you're underwater the whole time, yeah, it's just not worth it and stuff. So I posted my whip in Crafters Anonymous group for you. Okay, I'll go and check it out. No, been to the pool a few times, but the kids rather be indoors and play with. I don't blame them. It's too hot. Mrs. Coffee it's too hot. And so it sounds like they're smart. Definitely. I tried to go. If I go to the pool, it's later at night. I go and I do a couple of laps. We get out, we get in the hot tub, relax, loosen up for the night, go get back in the pool, and then I finish in the hot tub and come in. But it literally is probably like maybe 11 o'clock at night. I definitely haven't been during the day at all. I went. We have a pool, and we met some friends at the water park about a month ago. That was stupid. It was like $50 to get in, another $40 to drink, and we could have just went and spent 30, 25, $30 and had enough alcohol to last for a few weeks, and just drink at our own pool. So. The nice thing is here we have an indoor water park, 15 minutes from. Oh, indoor water park. Now that's what's up. Indoor. Why didn't someone think of that? Are you able to go year round to your indoor water park? Or is it only something that people do during the summer? Still, indoor is smart. Very, very smart. I mean, just think of the sunscreen alone. That's the other reason why my kids hate having to put on sunscreen They hate having to, protect themselves just to be out in the sun. And I tell them all the time, I get it, you already have permanent tans, but you can still be damaged by the sun. So they hate that. They hate that with a passion. Swabbing up, and then, the it turns our skin, liquidy and white and stuff. No sunscreen, no sunburn, no sand, no bugs. Favorite place. And it's open year round. Oh my gosh. That's what we need. There was nobody thinking when they set this place up. They just propped us down in the middle of the desert. We're out here in the Mojave Desert with all these snakes and all these scorpions and coyotes, and we're taking up their homeland. And nobody thought, okay, now that we're here, let's make it sustainable. We don't even have our own water. We steal water from Colorado. Yep, and we're getting off their water list. They said by 2023, we got to find somewhere else to siphon water. So, yep. So that takes me back to me in my dream of getting off the grid. One of these days, I'm going to get off the grid. I'm going to get an RV, and I'm going to go solar. I'm going to plug it up somewhere on top of a mountain somewhere, and I know they say you can't do this, but I'm going to figure a way to collect rainwater and live off of rainwater. We don't get enough rain here, so I'll probably die, but maybe if I went to Colorado, I can steal their rainwater. Wouldn't that be something? uh, I tell people that all the time. I got a friend, she lives in Colorado, and obviously that's a gorgeous place. A lot of people that full time they find themselves there, especially in the spring and the fall, because you're getting to enjoy the area as the seasons are changing and things like that. So they go through the past, but a lot of them want to stay somewhere permanently and they want to collect their own rainwater. But I know Colorado is one of the places that, because all of us want to move there and do it, they are prohibiting it. So they'll come by and check your tanks and things like that. If you're set up at an RV park, they want to know if you're collecting and storing their rainwater. Probably make you filter it out. Got to be smart about these things. Probably got to get a tank, put it up under the RV, and have it siphon into there. And yeah, well, it's worth it. It's worth a shot just dreaming of it. Things like that. You up there with the bison, go hunting, come home with your own meat, salt it up, throw it in the snow. Yeah, collect some rainwater, live off of over the winter months. Uh, we'll see. We'll see. The older I get, that dream is getting further and further away. Also, because who's going to kill the deer? Who's going to kill the elk? Clearly I'm not. I couldn't even chase it. I couldn't even run from it, to be honest. I'd be like, oh, my knee. So, uh, anybody have any plans coming? Any vacations? I know that you just came back. Your husband dropped your daughter off. Cindy B, you going anywhere? I don't even like cutting up a chicken from the grocery store. I don't either. I don't know how I plan to have this dream. It's been a dream for a long time. You know how when you were little and your parents or your grandparents, they take you fishing, they take you hunting, things like that. My grandmother, my mom's mom, was a tomboy. And my grandmother, she used to always have us out in some fishing hole. She had her pilot's license. She'd throw us up in her little. She had a little tiny fighter plane, just a dinky one. She could drop, like, she grew up in Pennsylvania, so she could drop water pellets and things over dry farm areas. Anyway, she'd take us up in the little Cessnas and have us sitting there all scared and things like that. She laughing and chuckling to no one in particular as she's looking down over like fishing ponds and fishing holes. And we're so high up, I don't see anybody, and she's looking down like she can see the people. Uh, and she's chuckling and laughing. Obviously, she was dropping cherry bombs and water pellets over the fish when she would know her friends were fishing. But we didn't know this, and we were just scared, because my grandmother was cutting up. Anyway, she would have us out there fishing, get out there real dark, early in the morning, 3:30. And then we getting our jiggers and everything together, and she telling us how to throw the line out in the water and things like that. You don't want to disturb the fish, you want to let them come up and things of that nature. I think that all stuck with me. I didn't think I learned anything back then, but I think as I got older and started having to pay bills, and you know, every month you have to pay bills, I think a lot of that just kind of stuck with me. Like, I don't really want to pay these bills this month, and here they go again. I just made up my mind to pay the last batch, and here we go again. It's time to pay the next batch. So I think that's when I started thinking of, simpler way to do things. Maybe if I can um, disconnect from the grid, maybe if I could fish and get my own meat, and maybe if I had my own terrarium and grew my own fruits and vegetables, maybe if I could, live more sustainably, I wouldn't have these monthly bills. I could, if I lived off of propane or solar, things of that nature. So that's when the idea really started to formulate. I would say it was right around the time where my daughter, I think my daughter was I pregnant with her? I might have already had my daughter. And I started wanting to do everything. I'm going to feed my kid. She's not going to get any type of preservative. I'm going to go in here till they wake up in the middle of the night. They wake up in the middle of the night, they want a bottle or something, you throw anything you can touch into their mouth. What? Shut her up. No, I don't feel like, you don't feel like blending up the carrots and stuff like that. Next thing you know, you're buying. You're buying stuff. So, but that is where the dream started, and hopefully one day I'll get back to it. No traveling plans, just being with the grandsons and diamond painting. That makes me happy. Yeah. Sounds like the same dream your dad has. He wants, oh wow. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, a P.O. box is all I need. Get me an RV, P.O. box, travel the world. I need a fishing pole though, and some jiggers and things, because my grandmother, she didn't take care of her stuff at all. Some of her fishing rods before she passed away, they got all rusted out and things. She didn't really do a good job. But yeah, P.O. box, RV, and I'm not particular either. I just need somewhere to set up my diamond painting, you know, not particular. I'll even do a composting toilet, definitely not particular there. Um, Obviously, I'm by myself because I'm not doing composting toilets with anybody else residing with me, just if it's me. Other than that, we'll find somewhere to park and flush. I hear Colorado is great. Get up there and steal some water and flush. So you never know. You never know. But that's the life. That is definitely the life, boy. When you think about retiring, besides diamond painting, what comes to mind? Because that definitely is it for me. Just somewhere, diamond painting. I'm trying to put things into perspective too. Like I want to I don't know about this weather, but I want to get back to the point where maybe I out in the field more, you know, just it got to a point where being out in the field sometimes it can be a lot. I don't like to know that there's been fatalities and things when it comes to car accidents, and obviously there's not a lot we can do about that. But that part sometimes can be a little bit, hard on you and stuff. So someone told me that I should think about maybe switching over to homeowners. You laughing? uh, Mrs. Crochet and Coffee like that. She's laughing. Yeah, someone told me that maybe I should switch over to maybe going in the field for homeowners, um, which I might think about doing. It's just, crawl spaces and things aren't always the tidiest. And so going out and adjusting someone's crawl space might not be fun. Might not be fun. Might have me wishing for those days back being in the office. So sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. But anything that can bring some freedom, some peace, and more diamond painting is definitely something I'm looking forward to right now. Looking forward to it. And yep, after I figure out what I'm gonna do, the next step is I gotta trade in my vehicle. I think it's time to go big. I think I'm gonna get a pickup. I had a pickup before the kids come along. Then I had to get responsible and I got a sedan. And now probably trying to think about either getting an SUV or a pickup. Obviously, you can't tow as much with an SUV, so that might limit the type of fun I can have. But I am trying to at least put the dream in motion. Yeah, definitely. I'm back. Had to put the phone on the charger. It died. Oh my goodness. Oh, I try not to let that happen. I keep all sorts of um, rechargeable USB devices around. That's the other thing. I was watching. I think her name is Creative RV. She's a solo RVer, and she had a YouTube special the other day about the Amazon Prime. Did anybody order lots of things off of Amazon Prime Day? Depends on what kind of SUV you're looking at. For like a Chevy Tahoe or a Ford Explorer, you could tow a lot. Yeah, Chevy Tahoe. You did? What did you end up getting? Chevy Tahoe, Jeremy, and um, not an Excursion. The one below Excursion, I think Expedition. Those are the two that I'm considering. An Excursion is so big that I might as well get a pickup. Would you end up getting, Mrs. Coffee? Because I seen a lot of stuff, a lot, and oof, if I wasn't waiting for two of these DAC, no, I didn't buy anything. Oh, way too much. They got all my money. Becky, you got a lot, huh? Prime deals, coloring supplies. They didn't have much for diamond painting that I wanted. Yeah, I didn't see a lot for diamond painting. You went nuts, huh? You went nuts. So that means that we're going to have an unboxing. Can't wait so we can see what you got. I didn't go nuts at all. I got things that I already have. I don't even know why I did it. I got more Alexa tablets, as if I don't have enough already. I have two. I have a 10 and a 7. My mom has a 7. I bought my brother's granddaughter, I bought her a 7. My daughter has an iPad, but her iPad is old. So I got her because she dropped it and she got scared and said she wasn't taking it anywhere anymore. Got her a 7. I felt like if she wants to go somewhere, she can put a couple of movies on there, and I'd rather her have her Fire tablet than to take the iPad, because she has iPad Mini, the 7 inch. But obviously, those are like $500. So I'd rather spend. I think they were 29 down from 49, so it was a real good deal, and they were the ones that you can get with colors. I know they end up running out. One of the colors ran out and it won't be in stock or back for shipment until middle of August, but yeah, still what we ended up getting. Let's see. So you would go, Chevy would go with the Tahoe. That thing is huge. The Tahoe looks really big, Jeremy. 2 sets of gel pens, 1 huge set of markers, 2 cases for my supplies, and Echo Show. Echo Show, pencil sharpener and coloring books. The Echo Show was $50. Wow, I didn't know. I guess I didn't pay that any attention because I would have liked that as well. I would have liked that as well. Like I said, I have Alexa all over this place. I love her. Um, and the only thing is, obviously, when you talk to one, you have to be careful because you'll end up talking to them all. But yeah, I would have loved to have gotten an Echo Show. Wow, I didn't even check on that. I should have done that. And markers. I like markers because, as you can see, I use markers to label my Harbor Freight, and I have several different colors. But um, obviously, I know that they have these watercolor markers, and if I go back into coloring, especially like my kaleidoscope pages that I was doing, watercolors look really nice on those. Real nice. Colors come out vibrant, beautiful. So, hadn't thought about that. Checking into the markers. Probably should have. Well, I'm sure there's Black Friday. Stock up on my crafts. My dad paid $200 for his show just a few months ago. He was mad. I hate when that happens. Diamond Art Club does that to me a lot. I'll make a big purchase. I'll get like 3 or 4 items, and then a week and a half, 2 weeks go by, and they have a buy two get one. I know exactly how he feels. Oh, poor thing. I shouldn't laugh, but it's hilarious. That is just my luck. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I'm glad everybody got good deals because sometimes I feel like when we try and catch these sales, they're not cost efficient. I do feel like Amazon is one of the places that gives great deals. I really do. Was talking to my mom, and we were talking about Sears. We were talking about Sears because she used to work at Sears years ago, and she couldn't believe that Sears is closing up shop in all of these different malls and things like that. I told her I couldn't believe it either because our Sears here in Vegas, back in January, they had a sign that says, "Yes, we're still here and we're not going anywhere." And they were one of the first ones that closed. So I felt bad for them and things like that. But that's the power of online shopping. And I bet you a lot, there's probably a ton of stores. I remember in the 90s going into the early 2000s when everybody started having a web presence. All of them were saying things like they would give you a discount if you went online to make your purchase. You could get it for cheaper if you want to. And they forced the market to change, and now they're reaping the consequences for their own greed. They were trying to increase the market share of everyone's buying potential. I think they did a great job of that, but at the end of the day, it cost them. And why? Because we have online warehouse dealers like obviously Amazon. They came out with a market. They came out with a concept that they were able to market, and it's difficult for Kmart and for Sears and J.C. Penney's and all of those online purchase from us, and you'll get a discount. It's difficult for them to recoup. So they have one binary product, one name, Sears, and Amazon's able to capitalize on multiple products. Ooh, $500 worth of stuff for $270. That's a real good deal. A vacuum cleaner from Sears online. My Sears in my town closed end of last year. They already have it torn down and rebuilt. Are you serious, Jeremy? It's been closed that long? Oh my gosh. What? I didn't know that at all. The only sad part about that's really sad, is when you think about Sears and Roebuck, it's like it's a part of it's deeply embedded in history. You know, you can think back to the time where someone of in your family, they, had to go there to get a household item, grandparent, an aunt, an uncle. My aunt used to love Sears and Roebuck. They bought all of their Black and Deckers there, things of that nature. That's the only thing that's sad about it. What is good about it is obviously, you know, the way we shop, the way we do business is changing. So we're, evolving. Is that necessarily a good thing? Obviously, only time will tell. I don't know. You know, will it take away free enterprise? That's what I worry about. Are we heading back towards monopolies? Because who can compete at that? At the end of the day now, who's out there that can compete? So we may be creating, you know, built-in monopolies again. But that does make way for then mom and pop stores to try and rise, and come back in, because you'll get tired of shopping monopolies. They can raise the prices to whatever they want when that occurs. So we're gonna be ever evolving. I definitely, everybody says, love the Christmas catalog. Read that thing for months. We would get it. We would get one for each of us. Our job was to go through it. We had a ton of time. My dad would just have a circle, go back, circle, and just, whew, man, oh man, oh man. Loved it. He would go through. My dad started shopping for us in August, right after, because back to school was through July. August, we're going to get the kids Christmas, start getting that out the way. August, September, October, and some parts of November. There was parts of the house we couldn't go to. I better not find you over. Oh yeah, okay, Poppy. You better not have your butt over. Okay. I remember one year my brother found the stash. He found the stash. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I think that's why he light skinned now, because he got the skin beat off of him. uh, my dad worked at Sears for 22 years. It was the shipping and oh wow, wow. Yep, that was a good job. That was a good job, shipping and receiving. My ex-husband used to work in shipping and receiving a long time ago. Now these catalog companies, they used to be where it's at, but the internet, it was such a great invention. It was so enlightening. Going to take us into the wave of the future. And it's definitely done that. But it has changed the way we all live. And it has taken away some good things and, put in place some bad things. I don't like to comment on whether it's good or bad. I just like to say it's ever evolving. And how are we going to, change our lives to, encompass it, is all that I like to see. I like to see how we change our lives to encompass it. The same way we changed our lives to encompass the telephone. And now we have cell phones. Oh, man, oh man. I never ever would have thought. Yep, sure did, Mrs. Coffee. Right off of them. Found the stash. And I never forget, he kept saying, T. When I was little, everyone called me Baby T. 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 Baby T. No, nope. Not coming over there. T. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm getting up out of here. He kept saying it. I think I was trying to get away and probably made too much noise. Probably made too much noise and alerted them. But I was up out of there and he was in trouble. I was good for that. I started a fire in my grandmother's house once. They used to call me Firebird because I used to play with matches. I don't know why. It left that night. I'm gonna tell you, it left that night. I was playing with matches. I used to be like, psh, oh, and I'd look at it, ooh, ah, and I, not light another one, ooh, this one I lit, and I don't know if it was just too much sulfur or what in the area. Little pyro, that's right. And you set the neighbor's porch on fire. Oh, Mom be looking at Christmas. Uh, you set the neighbor's porch on fire. I think, that's bad. You have me beat, Cindy. Yep, Becky, a little fireball. So, I I don't know what happened, to be honest. I just remember I lit it, and this one, the flame came out higher than any of the other ones. And I said, oh. And when it came out so high, it caught the edge of the curtain in my grandmother's back room. And I looked and I said, shh, like that was going to help. And when I blew, it blew the curtain, and more of the curtain caught fire. And now it's going up. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I told my brother, come on, let's get out of here. Scram. And Dum Dum didn't scram. I took off. I ran to the bathroom. And I did the most sensible thing on the face of the earth. I pulled my pants down and I sat down on the toilet. And that saved me. Dum Dum stayed in there and they smelled the smoke. It was my grandmother and my dad's two sisters. They were watching us. Oh, and I heard them screaming at him. And he said, that wasn't me. That was Baby T. And how dare you blame the baby? She in there on the toilet. Dum Dum. Dum Dum. He got it again that night too. Oh, and on my 16th birthday, I forget what happened. We were all in a room talking, and something happened. And I said, y'all remember that time y'all tore him up for that fire I started? That was how it came out. Yes, Becky, I ran to the bathroom. You gotta know, you gotta have survivor skill no matter how old you are. And I think I was 5 or 6. So it was innate. It was in me. Anyway, I slipped up at 16 and said something like, y'all remember that time y'all tore Mike up for that fire I started? And we were chuckling, and then my aunt, it took her 2 minutes. She said, wait a minute, wait, what? What you mean? And I was like, quit. She was like, you started that fire? And I said, yeah. And she said, why didn't you say anything? I said, I was on the toilet. Nobody ever asked me. He kept telling you. You guys didn't believe him. I don't know why you didn't believe him. When does he ever lie? He never lies. Oh, my poor brother. Yep, I still laugh about that to this day. And he still gets mad. You caused me to get a whooping. Yep. They spanked him, and then my grandmother never ever yelled at us at all. And she yelled to the top of her lungs. She was screaming and hollering. He was crying, and she threatened to get a belt and spank him. I was like, dang, Grandma is mad. I ain't never seen her that mad. She's going to whoop you with a belt. Oh, I know, I'm bad. What do? You can't take it away. That's messed up, but hilarious. It was definitely funny, I tell you. And every year I get my kicks. We hang out for the 4th. We go down, we have this big family picnic. It kind of starts around 5 and it's over about 9:30, and we're down in the park. And every year when he comes, we're laying out. My brother and I always lay together over here, and I take the tablets, and me and him, we watch a movie together. And then the kids, we bring all the food, and they kind of hang out, and they go walk around, girls looking for the boys looking for girls. But me and my brother, we lay there, and it never fails. By the end of the night, we get to arguing. That wasn't right. I'm like, what you want me to do? You want somebody to whoop? I think after all these years, I think he wants someone to whoop me because I never got one. Oh my mom just keeps saying, now that she's here and she's reminiscing and remembering, she just keeps saying, well, you know how spoiled she is. That's her favorite line. I don't know. We should have probably beat her ass a little bit more, but she's so cute. And my brother's like, yeah, let's hit her. Let's hit her now. We went bowling. The goal is, to win. And so we talk mess up until we call it twin time, up until our next twin time. And oh, I talk mess. He won the last time. I won this time. So I have bragging rights until the next one. You can't take that beating away. No, you can't. He's so light skinned for all your beats. Yes, he is. My brother is so light. Where was we at? Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Probably a casino. We were out. We go out. We do twin time once a month. We were out somewhere and they come in. It was a group of people coming in. We were standing there. I think we were waiting on a lane or something. Maybe. Anyway, someone starts talking to him in Spanish. And they're always doing that. They think he's Mexican. That's how bright he is. And I tell them all the time, ooh, they turned you light skinned, man. They turned you light skinned. Jeremy, you had to laugh at that one, huh? Oh, yeah, my brother, he is always saying, I'm not that bright. Yes, you are. Look at your family. Your cousins are talking to you in Spanish. So, yeah, they think. Oh, yeah, I was bad. I didn't say anything at all. I didn't feel bad. I literally remember asking him, you good? Did that hurt? It sounded like it hurt. I got worse. One time, I used to save all my money. I was a chintz with my money. I used to save it. And one time we were coming out of school, probably had a year to go before we came out of school. There was this teenage nightclub in the town we lived in. And it was $5 to get in, and you got 2 drink tickets. It was fun. And my brother, he used to want to go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If I went, I'm not going all 3. I'm going to go, and I'm not going to hang out at the event. So my brother wanted to go, and he was out of allowance, and he asked me for money to go. I had him doing the dirtiest, rotten things in the house, and I'll never forget. I was like, for to do all my chores, I'll give you $1. To vacuum the floor, I'll give you another $1. He was up to like his last 50 cents. He's brighter than your future. There you go. I think he was up to his last 50 cents, and I couldn't think of anything to have him do. Oh, I'm a bad girl. I'm so bad. I'm repenting now, though, guys. I just want to say this. But I told him, for the last 50 cents, for all the tea in China, if you take a sip of toilet water, it's yours. I might even give you an extra 25 cents. My father heard me telling him, no, you got to drink it. You can't just dip it out of the toilet. You got to drink it. I told him, you better be happy that I'm letting you just drink the toilet. You just flush the toilet. It's clean. And my father heard me. He was so mad. Yes, Becky, I did. I said I was bad. That's what siblings are for, to torture. Thank you, Cindy B. See, you get it. Yes, Becky, I told him he had to. He got saved in the end because I was planning on watching him do it. And my father heard me because we had went and got, you know how you have those measuring cups that you keep in the kitchen? So we went and got a measuring cup. This fool got the smallest one. And I said, you got to get the big one. Oh, anyway, I wasted my own time. Had I let him just get whatever and indulged in having something to hold over his head, I probably would have got to enjoy it. But no, I had to be simple about it. I was like, you going back, we gonna get the big one. And my dad heard me. Oh my God. I get the smallest one. Yeah, Becky. But I'm telling you, he would have been, I don't know what happened. He was floundering around probably on purpose. And my dumb butt up here trying to reign supreme. And I'm like, I'll never forget. My dad was yelling for hours. I didn't get an allowance for the next few like 3 or 4 weeks. Ah, and he said, yeah, when you want to go and you got to ask him. I said, that'll never happen. I'll never ask him for money. I said, I can go a year and still have a way to get in. Oh, yeah, I was bad. My dad was pissed with me. So he took my brother for graduation. He took my brother to Detroit and gave him a shopping spree. Now, what woman do you know don't want to be taken to another town on a shopping spree? Spent over $2,000 on it. I was ticked. I was so mad. Yep, he got all kinds of, as my brother called it back then, fresh gear. And I'm sitting at home. Like, I graduated too. You better get me something good. Yeah. So he got what he liked. I know, right? I have tears rolling down my. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm telling the truth. Having my mom here, it's taken me back to all these crazy stories. Oh my goodness, you just don't know. So, and my kids are so square. But this is stuff, and my brother, we tell each other all the time that we had each other's kids. My kids are so wholesome and sweet, just like my brother. My brother is very sweet. He's very wholesome. My mother tell him all the time, I love how you and your sister, how you guys interact. You get the brunt end of it, but I can still tell you love her and you spoil her And my kids are wholesome like that. And then you turn around and my brother had my kids. Childhood full of beans for you. Exactly. My brother's kids they should definitely be mine. Oh my gosh. My mom, when we were all at the picnic, my niece, both of them, and my nephew, the way they go back and forth with each other, keep playing. You're going to come up with strychnine in your drink. They talk to each other like, my two would never say stuff like that. But my nieces, they all talk to each other like that. And I said, I don't know how it's possible, but we had each other's kids. Oh, and yeah, he tell them all the time, keep it up. I'm going to send you over there with your aunt. Because they know, obviously, I would be the queen bee. But if y'all want to have some fun, come on over here with me. They don't like to stay the night because they know I'll give them a run for their money. My kids go over there, they come home shell shocked. But I tell you, I don't know how it's possible, but yes, we did. I'm glad I live alone. People would think I've totally lost it. I'm sorry. It's all this reminiscing. Like I said, with my mom around, we can't do anything but reminisce at all. We were going at it. It's twin time, and I'm about to whoop your you know what. And my brother was like, yeah, right. That's all right. We about to take it back 35, 40 years. I'm going to get you. We got up there. She said we was in a bowling alley acting a fool. We were laughing and just having a good time. But there was so many other. It was a family there. They were having a family reunion, and they ended up coming over and just kind of sitting around. That's how bad we were in there, cutting up, going back and forth, talking mess. And my mom, she just, and she said it's just taking us all the way back. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been very distracting, but it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I thought I would give you guys a glimpse of me. Someone told me, I think Rebecca and Tammy, and you guys always say, oh, Tia, you're such a beautiful person. And I'm like, oh, I wonder how they would feel if I told them how I treated my brother when when we were coming up, they probably wouldn't say that. No, they probably wouldn't. So, so I thought I would share. Cause yeah, yeah, I was bad. Me was real bad. It was all in fun. He's still alive. He's still alive. But I tell you, I not not because I probably didn't try. I was always trying to get him to try something. Why don't you taste this? Taste it. Why are you asking where it came from? Just taste it. And poor thing, he'd be about to taste it, just too trusting. And I'd be like, nah, you better not. Yeah, that's Drano. Or something like that. Oh, yeah. I wonder, what would have Drano have done? Yeah, I love how you have twin time. Yeah, we started twin time. Um, oh, God, it's been a long time now. Like 19 years ago, our kids were little. They were little. And we wanted them to be able to spend a little bit more time together. Um, just have a good close bond. A lot of times, when you start to have your own families, you guys kind of veer off, and then your family becomes, everything you're doing. And so we kind of it would clean them out. Yeah, he'd probably have to drink a lot of milk. So yeah, a lot of times we would we always wanted to have our twin time. It was just supposed to be me and him. So we started off with the kids. Um, Next thing you know, we would get to cutting up so much that by the time they were old, like 5, 6, they didn't want to come with us no more. So truly just me and him. Truly just me and him. Because we cuts up. My son, he will go and hang with us. But Justin he good at everything. I can't stand it. So when he comes, it's like me and my brother against him. We're trying to like beat him. And he beat us the last couple of times. So we didn't want to go with him this time. It's supposed to be about who wins. Who is the better sibling? Me or him? And a lot of times it's me. uh, and so when Justin comes along, it highlights my flaws. Like I'm having a bad night. I can't get anything. We went bingo one night. And I tell you, it's like I sat at the wrong table. I had the wrong color dauber. I couldn't win $5. So things like that. Um, we went out for twin time a couple months ago, and this night we were supposed to be enjoying this live band that was here in town, and we were just walking around. And you know how when you drink, you have a little bit more fun than when you don't drink. So my brother's not having any fun. I'm like, what's going on? They gave him his drink and they forgot to put the alcohol in it. He was like, the drinks are like, the big drinks. It's like $20 for a drink, and there was absolutely no alcohol in it. So, drunk people are annoying when you're the only sober one. And he was like so annoyed. And I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? And here it is. He's not able to have any fun because they forgot. Exactly. So we go back, and the guy is like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I said, sir, you forgot to put his alcohol in the drink. And he was like, no, I would never do that. I said, okay, well, we'll show you. Pour this in. He pours in a little cup and tastes and says, oh, well, I must not have made this one then. like he's my own son, because I'm sure I would have said that. Oh, yeah, well, I must not have made this one. This one didn't come from me. Oh, I am crying, but I feel bad at the same time. Well, yeah. I think he's just resigned. Have you guys ever watched Charlie Brown? And then like Lucy takes the ball And Charlie Brown runs, and this time he's going to get it. He's going to put all his might into it, and somehow or another, she's still able to move that ball, and he still slips and falls and busts his butt, and ends up staring up at the. I don't know why, but I do believe that they are basing that cartoon on me and my brother when we go out and have fun. Oh, it's fun though. It definitely is. So we'll see. I think at this point it's just fun to him because he doesn't he doesn't stop. Like he'll keep trying. He'll keep going. All right, well let's try this time and things. So he definitely is a lot of fun. My kids love hanging around him and things. So, but I think that's because, like I said, they they seem to act just like him. You can definitely tell that he's their uncle. A lot of blood running through their veins. And he says the same thing about my one niece. She has an attitude. And I don't feel I have an attitude, but he'll say stuff to try and make me upset. And say, that's where she get her attitude from, you. So I don't think I have an attitude. I like to tease them and things like that. But my niece, ooh, she have attitude. She will get mad in a heartbeat, and she got smart mouth. Oh my gosh! But he has her thinking that we act alike, and so maybe before my kids were born, that might have been true. But when the kids come along, you have to simmer down a little bit. And so I think there's a lot of that's gone on also. I think I've simmered down a lot. But yeah. Uh, so that is a glimpse at what my summer has been like. Because obviously, with my mom here, we definitely have had some fun this summer, going down memory lane. Yeah, my poor brother. My poor brother. We'll be meeting again. He's going on. I know I told you guys that me and my mom have two trips coming up in August, and my brother is going on the second trip with us. This ought to be a ton of fun. We're all staying in the same hotel. I cannot imagine what I'm going to do and things like that. But yeah, I definitely believe it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yep, we're all staying in the same hotel. Unfortunately, we're only renting one car, so everywhere I go, he'll be going. Oh, I'm going to have to make sure the car's in my name so I can threaten to put him out. Get out! You don't like it? Get out! Let's see how you find your way back. I don't think I'll do that. Maybe. I don't know. My cousin Will is coming along. My cousin Will has 7 or 8 kids, and he's coming along. Yeah, my cousin Will is a fitness model. He used to model for like ESPN and all of that. So we always tell him he has a little Indian tribe, and he has custody of pretty much all but 2 of his kids. He has one that just graduated, and she used to live with him until she was 15. And her mom moved to North Carolina, and she wanted to see what that was like. So she spent her last 2 years in North Carolina with her mom. And then he has a son who moved to stay with his mom. But pretty much, if you were in a relationship with my cousin and you guys have a child, you pretty much knew that he was getting custody of he wanted to have all of his children close. And he is really close with his kids. He does a ton of stuff. Like, I think he picked his career to be able to spend, his full time days and things like that with his kids. So they will be coming on the trip also. This ought to be interesting. It ought to be interesting. Woo-hoo. Yep. So other than that, that's pretty much all that I have. Those 2 trips. I think I'm taking off the day after the DP-a-thon. I'm going to take that Monday off. I don't have any plans. I know I say that I'm going to catch up on my sleep, but I'll probably be diamond painting, to be honest. And I'll be having a lot of fun just sitting around doing nothing and having that extra time to diamond paint. Let's see what else. I am probably, I say probably because I don't know, probably I wanted to get back into, I used to do laps all the time a few years ago, every day or every other day at the latest. I used to be out in the pool and I used to do laps. And I don't go to the pool anymore. So I was thinking as it starts to come into fall that I may go and start doing laps. Like probably, I don't know. I don't know how many. Obviously, I got to get back into the practice first. But I do plan to at night. I don't plan to. I know people who, as soon as it hits 60, they out in they pool. That's kind of cold to me. I think I need a little bit more, and but maybe get a heat. I was thinking about getting the pool heated also. I sure would like to come to where you are and whew, year round indoor swimming. That sounds great. They definitely should do that. We have water parks here. We have two, one on each side of town, but none of them are indoor. That would have been very smart. Have an indoor water park. If you go to the senior center over here in Henderson, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas, they have Heritage Park and they have an aquatic center. The only problem with that is like the fire department, they have a dive team that they use if they need to dive in and to like meet and things like that. They do their practicing at the Heritage Park Aquatic Center. There you go up to 21 feet, so you can reserve a lane, but all of the decent lanes, like I like to go into between 7 and 9 feet, and I usually will reserve those to do laps and stuff. But all of those lanes will be taken up for the dive team. The only thing that'll be left will be like 3 and 4 feet. It's I mean you can swim in those, but it definitely takes kind of the fun out of it and things. And then they have a heated pool. It's heated year round, and I've only gone to that pool a couple of times. They've shut it down because women can go there with their children, and as soon as someone does something in the pool, they got to shut it down. So I would let you use your imagination, but sometimes kids don't like to get in the pool and keep their pampers on, and so they take them off. And when they take them off, things come out of the pampers, and they shut the pool down. So you don't want that kind of stuff going on in the heated pool. So I just go back over to the aquatic pool. The local high school, one of their swim teams and their diving team, they also practice in the aquatic center. And yeah, so everyone's always over to there. It's nice, it's indoor. You can do the heated section or you can do the regular Olympic, they have Olympic lanes and things. It's really nice, really nice. But you got to share that nicety with everyone else. So the bad part about that is they charge also. So you're paying now and you're sharing when you're paying. Like if I pay for a lane or if I pay, to get inside, I want to reserve a lane and I would like to just be able to swim in that lane. And you can be pushed to the side even though you've reserved it. So I don't like that. But it's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. It's like maybe $8. So I guess, in essence, you kind of get what you pay for. You stay home and swim in your own pool. Yeah, but my pool only goes up to I think 6 feet. So no fun there at all. My brother's pool goes up to 9 feet. I like his pool a lot. My brother stays in an apartment complex and it'll be a ton of people in the pool and they'll be running and jumping and diving in. You can get jumped on. Yep. So We literally we try and go to his pool when he'll call and say, "There's nobody over here. We're on our way," and then we'll come back and we'll kind of we have a nice jacuzzi. Our jacuzzi is really nice. It's just a little too hot. Um, but we'll come back from his place over here and we will get into our jacuzzi. So that's always fun, also. Definitely fun. And I just don't go enough. I should go a little bit more. They have a water slide, a body slide. I love Lazy River so much. A hot tub. They have a wave pool in one room. The next room is a regular pool. Then the next room is Olympic Lane. All heated. Oh my gosh. They even offer water aerobics. The regular pool has basketball. Oh my goodness, I would be there all the time. You just don't know. That is so ideal. I would love that. I really would. That is really ideal. And I can see us. We would do that all the time. We used to ask my dad all the time, Poppy, why you can't get us no pool? Like he wouldn't get us a pool at all. Why you can't get us no pool? So at the end of the day, now that we're older, it's up to us to create our destiny. That's the destiny I want. Been here a year, just found it about 15 minutes from the house, though. That's okay. The key is that you found it, and now you can take advantage of it. But I love Lazy River. We have a Lazy River at ours, but again, it's outdoors. And so I would love to have a lazy river indoor. That would be ideal. I would have probably an annual membership and I would go all the time. All the time. And it wouldn't matter where I'd stay. I'd just make sure I stayed close enough to where I could go, but I would go. It would be like a form of relaxation for me. Like how some people, they go to the bar to watch the game on TBS or USA, whatever, TNT. That's what that would be like for me. Another form of relaxation, and I would get out and I would put the hot dogs on for everybody. I say hot dogs because I don't like hot dogs, but my brother and my mom and my kids, they all like. Well, my daughter doesn't eat meat, so but she did like hot dogs when she ate meat. She doesn't eat meat anymore. And I mean, hot dogs used to just be a quick way, throw something on for everyone. They ate it. Everybody was happy. Yeah. So I would throw on some hot dogs and just be gone. Now they have the audacity to have allowed their taste to grow up. They like steak. Like, really? Steak? On the grocery budget that I buy the groceries, y'all like steak? Everybody old enough to work and help with the steak. Nobody wants hot dogs no more. Nobody. And that's something. So I say that because I'm back to those quick, simple meals. My mom keeps saying she's going to get a job. She's going to be, you wait. She asked the other day when Kaylin, which is my brother's granddaughter, she asked when she was coming home. I felt like that means she's going to be gone spending time with her. So I gotta come up with some quick, simple recipes because y'all don't see me going back cooking full time. I think those days are pretty much done. I feel like we're on the verge of adulting full time, all of us. So we'll pick a day. We'll pick a day, and everybody will get to cook on that day. How about that? Tube steaks. Yeah, tube steaks. Any steak. They enjoy steak. It's coming up often, Cindy B. They're bringing it up often. And I'm hearing things like steak and potatoes. I'm hearing things like homemade. When you hear the word homemade in the title of something, that clearly means they want you in the kitchen. So I'm hearing things like steak and potatoes, homemade macaroni and cheese, homemade greens, homemade. You see where I'm going with this? Those are the topics of discussion. And yeah, yeah, I don't I don't necessarily know if I like where it's headed. My brother, he can cook. He can cook really good. He is a chef, and he has spent the better part of his life cooking for different. He used to cook for a restaurant outside the courthouse downtown in Ohio, and obviously a lot of the judges and the lawyers, they would make their reservations and things like that. So hot dogs, tube steaks, that's what we call them. Oh, that's what you call hot dogs, is a tube steak. Oh, I get it. Huh. I might be able to flip this for a couple of months, Cindy B. Thank you for that. I might be able to flip that. Sure. We can have some steaks. There's tube steaks coming right up. I don't think they'll know right away what that is. There we go. Might be able to flip that. Yep. My brother, when I stayed with him, I lived with my brother for a month. We were waiting on our home to be completed. And my brother, he cooked every day. Every day. Homemade, whatever. Man, oh man, that was the life. And I think it kind of started. I always had to cook for the kids because obviously I was the mom and things like that. Um, they got older. My brother would come over to the house and he would kind of get on them. Your mommy working, she doing all of this. The least y'all could do is, take care, make something to eat for her. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, but try and have something. And then she'll still hook you guys up, on her days off or coming into the weekend. But you guys pick a day or so. So he kind of got them acclimated to cooking and things like that as well. The good thing about that, he taught them how to cook the stuff that I like. Mm-mm. We'd ask for steak, and Dad would say, tube steak. Yeah, I like that. Tube steaks it is. So, yeah, we're heading into that season of change where, you know, everyone is kind of growing up, um, growing out, and we're about to start focusing on some adulting. My daughter, her being vegetarian, she is used to getting into the kitchen and kind of making her own way anyway. And Justin, they're 4 years apart, but he came out of school way before her. So he had a point where he was helping and he was cooking and things like that. Just unfortunately, this past year, we kind of all got away from that habit that we had put in. We had got away from it big time. My daughter, she would worry about our lunches, making sure we had lunches. Obviously, I moved from one side of insurance to a different side of insurance, and with that, my hours changed and things. So she took the reins from there to make sure that we were eating and eating appropriately, which I appreciated. I definitely appreciated it. We started coming into our own and, creating. I think we were starting to get used to how she had set things up, the lunches she had prepared and cooked and things for us. And now my mom's here, and we started getting used to that. But she is probably going to be dipping out because she literally said, "When does Caitlin get in?" Okay. And yeah, so, and you said that rec center, everything can be reached from just this one road, Boulder Highway. And I said, uh-huh. So that lets me know she about to go. She's ready to go. She's gonna get out there again, and she ready to start making her own way, which is good. It's definitely good. I didn't want her to feel like she had to do anything, so I don't mention anything. I just wanted her to kind of do things at her own pace and things. I always talk to her about what's out there, and we go somewhere every weekend. Every weekend, we was going rock climbing up at Red Rock Canyon. We were going to go. And some dum dum was on the news. He was up in Red Rock Canyon and he was hiking. Same area I'm going to take her to. He walks off the trail, gets too far off the trail, runs into a path of rattlesnake and got bit by a snake. And he tries to make it back to his vehicle. And don't ask me how he did this, because I don't know. But he tries to suck the venom out of his foot. And in essence, made it worse. So he goes to the hospital. He's in the hospital. It's like a Tuesday. And we were going that Saturday morning. We were going to get up early because you got to get out on these trails. You got to get out early. Otherwise, it'll be 115. The sun will be beating down on you and you'll pass out. Then the snakes really will get you. So we were going that Saturday morning. It's Tuesday and we're watching the news. And you can see the look on my kids' faces. The disappointment as the story was unfolding because they already knew what my mom was going to say. And she was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going. There wasn't nothing we could do. And I'm like, why would he go off the trail? Like, you can see the trail and you just stay on the trail. It may be a difficult trail. Some of them, they label them. They say, this is a mild one. This is a moderate. This is a heavy trail. But you still stay on the trail. I don't do anything more than moderate because I'm not, physically equipped to do anything heavy, and aggressive and things. So we were going to start her off with a nice, mild trail, pretty even, not too many steep levels. And this dum-dum leaves the trail. They showing it. Somebody must have went with the camera and showed. It's way far off the trail, way far. I don't even know what he was doing over there. And sure enough, it was like a bunch of rattlers in the area. They're showing the snakes crawling all over each other. And this fool tries to suck the poison out. And they gave tips and things on what to do, but it was bad. It really was. I have no idea what he was thinking, Cindy B. I really don't. But common sense evaded him. It really did. And so needless to say, I haven't gotten her. We drove up there and we kind of stayed in the vehicle and we just kind of drove around looking at the Red Rock Canyons, but she didn't want to get out and do any of the trails and stuff. So that was a wash for there. We didn't even get up early that day and do anything because we had our trail mix and everything ready. We had our, I always take these chairs, our camping canvas chairs, we take them. We had our hydros, our hydro flask, that keeps your water cold for at least 12 hours. My daughter has one where it's huge and it keeps hers cold for at least 24 hours. Well, we had all of that ready to go, and this dum-dum on the news then walked off the trail and got bit by a rattlesnake and then tried to suck the poison out. So, and it said it was going to, because he tried to suck the poison out, he hindered his healing. So it was going to take longer for him to heal. And his foot was real pink and swollen. It was bad. It was really bad. Couldn't believe how big his foot had got. So, not that I wouldn't have done that. And we have shoes that we wear, So where he got bit was like on the side, the fatty part of his foot. He couldn't have had appropriate shoes on. And so that was another, and I kept telling my Mom, there's no way that you're going to get bit because we're not going to have you off the trail like that, for one. For two, you're not going to have inappropriate shoes on. Yeah. So, needless to say, those be the fun times that I've been reminiscing about this summer. And I got a little bit done. I'm working on my outline. Yep, I am. Well, I guess I'm going to make it an early night. Go back here and check on my son. He's tired. They've been really working. He's been getting definitely full-time hours. So I know he's tired. He came in, he ate. He was like he was gonna go lay down and put his feet up and lay in bed and watch TV. That's definitely not something that he does. So I know he's trying to maybe get used to working so many hours. He normally works about 30 hours a week, but he definitely is well over 40 at this point. Depending on, how many. There's been some people, because of vacations and things like that, they might call out and he's getting an extra day in there for overtime and stuff. So he's definitely getting a lot in. And it's, Vegas, so it's hot weather. But I'm proud of him, definitely proud of him. And I told him, make sure you put that money up. You have, he's building his savings back up. I don't know if you guys knew he bought a car a month or so ago. So things are looking up for him. It's a pretty good summer for him, and we'll see. He ain't got no kids. Yeah, he don't want no babies, and so I'm proud of him there. And I know we were talking before, and he's talking to this one girl, new girl. They've only gone out a couple of times, like 2 or 3 times. So I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere, but I do like her. I like her a lot. So we'll see. I try not to get involved. I just kind of sit back. But he's the type he'll at least bring someone that of interest. He'll bring them over and say, "Hey, just real quickly, wanted you to meet my mom." And so, hi, how are you? And I try and keep it. Some his previous relationship, I felt like I was embroiled in it, and so I didn't want to feel like that no more. I told him I'm just high and by your next few women. And he started laughing. How you doing? Okay, well you have a good day. I'll see you later, and keep it moving. Other than that, yep, that's another lesson. As a mom, where to let go, where to let go, when to let go, all of that. I'm trying. Yep, the heat takes it out of me. The heat takes. I think that's what's going on with him because he's out in the element and things like that. And for me, I'm in. I like I said, I don't know if I want to go back out to where I'm looking at car damage and vehicle damage, face to face, and going into this repair shop and that collision center because that is hard, especially this time of the year when you're, going in and out of the heat, trying to wait for the vehicle to cool back off. That's a lot. So right now I'm inside the office. I get all of my damage photos directly. I deal directly with the insured as well as the repair shop or the collision center over the phone. I look at estimates. I can approve them. I don't have to go in to see the damage. Um, and I'm happy with that. So we'll see. We will definitely see as time progresses. I know that if I ever want to fully, indulge in the RV life and travel and things, I probably will have to get back out and think about it from the aspect where I am going out to the scene and things like that, going out to the repair shop in person. That's when you have a lot of damage. They took a panel off and it was something more, under their sensors and things that we didn't see from a visual perspective that actually, so we'll see. Or leakage when fluid and things are leaking from a vehicle, you definitely got to go out and look at that and see what's been impacted, cracked, cracked condensers and things. So it is what it is. My pop was an insurance adjuster. Really? Did he like it or did he hate it? It's one of the two, Jeremy. I know. I I don't hear. That's literally all I hear is I hate my job or I really do like my job. I don't hear anybody that's kind of middle of the road, as far as adjusting is concerned. So For me, you know what I say? I love my paycheck. I say that all the time. I love my paycheck. I sure do. I love my paycheck. So, I don't know. I've worked in underwriting and I'm also licensed. And I'm licensed in casualty. I'm also licensed in property. So, when it comes to insurance, Jeremy, I can do it all. I pretty much have tried. I don't think I'll be outside of risk management, though. I think I'll always probably work in risk management. Something that a lot of people don't know is Love did it for 35 years. He liked buying all the cars when people didn't want to. Now, that right there, Jeremy, I think is my next stage. I do like when we retain salvage, is what we call it, and we pay them for the value of their vehicle. Yep, I like that a lot. And so the problem is, you can keep it or you got to wait until it sells to, get anything of value back. And so, um, but I do see that might be on the horizon for me as well. I definitely see that. So that's the part where they've already dealt with me and they've already dealt with maybe the other insurance company. They've already, involved lawyers and things like that. At the end of the day, when it's time to purchase the salvage of the vehicle, we're they're not mad when they have that discussion. So they get mad when I have to talk about who's at fault. They get mad when we got to go to court and we got to head to arbitration and things. They get mad when they retained a lawyer and I can't talk to them anymore because they went out and got a lawyer. So yeah, those are the fun times. Oh, yep. But I do think that purchasing the salvage and retaining salvage of a vehicle, that might be on the horizon, definitely. And then we have also something that I never knew about until a couple months ago. We have a specialty claims division. And I'm like thinking that that's for like lawyers and like basketball stars and things. Specialty claims is when you have like an RV, you have a motorcycle, things like that. So I was thinking about specialty claims also. Yeah, that's the only thing I like about it is so many opportunities, differences. A lot of people don't know this about being licensed in insurance. You can also work in medical malpractice. Um, you can work in marine, like when it comes to purchasing boats and when it comes to insuring boats. Um, you have to be licensed, and we can work in that industry. It's the same license. Musical instruments and things like that. When it comes to um, how they're insured and the value of them, um, all of that is different things that I would be able to work in that I never gave any thought to. I haven't. I haven't given any thought to anything except car accidents. Ooh, you were in a car accident. Are you okay? Yep. So, different things. It's nice to know there are options. Uh, Definitely nice to know that there are options. But I think I would like my next path to definitely be an option that enables me to just to do my arts and crafts full time, to diamond paint as much as I want, and still have my paycheck to where I can purchase what I want when I want. I do enjoy that aspect of it. That was one thing that my mom said to me. She was like, "Oh, I like that. You've worked really hard and you've created a life that allows you to be able to do what you want and what you enjoy." And I said, "Oh, Mom, thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that." Yep. And she said, "I've never seen anybody so addicted to something before." I said, crackheads, Mom, crackheads. Don't say that. She told me she didn't know no crackheads, so I guess she ain't never seen nobody. Yep, retirement has all that for me. So she told me she ain't never seen a crackhead before, so I guess she was right when she said she never seen anybody so addicted to something before. But yeah, I don't know. The funny thing is, before diamond painting, there was like a ton of crafts that I was always into some sort of craft, but I couldn't say that I could narrow the passion down to one. Right now, this I can narrow the passion down. Um, and you do get to a point where which is why I said I purchased all those smaller paintings. You do get to a point where you want to try something different. Not so much of a large task or large project or anything, but you get to missing it. Like I'll miss it when I haven't done it in a while. So and the longest I've gone without diamond painting since I started was, I think, 3 days. I think 3 days. I took diamond paintings with me when I went home when I was helping my mom, and we were getting her house cleared out. And at night, I was on the floor. I sure was. I got down on the floor, and I was going through my diamonds and pulling everything out. My poor box. My box went through heck. If I could create anything, I would definitely create a travel kit or case to where we could put different size paintings in. Like this case would hold up to this length, with your diamonds, and this case would hold up to that length of a canvas. But I definitely would do that. So we'll see. I know everybody, has traveled and they kind of take their diamond paintings with them and things. And the other thing is, what do you paint on? You know, what do you paint on when you're off? And it, you know, it's awkward sometimes to do it when you're sitting there without. I have this, and I don't know if I could ever go back to what I was doing before. I used to sit on the corner of my sofa, and like I told you guys, the sofa was starting to have like a little butt prints. So I could definitely tell where I sat. Other people that came in the house could tell where I sat. And so I think that for me, it probably would be a better idea to see if there's a way you could create like a kit that unfolded out. When it unfolded out, boom, it gave you a hard surface. You just kind of clamp something in place, and maybe that desk had a like a light pad built into it or something. I'm thinking now. I'm really thinking. And then the case itself would be somewhere where you can house your diamonds. Maybe you'd have to keep them in baggies, which wasn't it is not bad. Justin literally told me that he prefers baggies. He prefers them. Like he likes this. He thinks this is ideal if you're going to store the diamonds and stuff. But he said for him, he likes to work with his baggies and things like that. And so I definitely think they would be great for travel purposes. So yeah, I'm trying. I'm thinking the wheels are turning, and I don't know feasibility, price point wise, if it's something that's truly marketable. But it is at least on my mind. you know. So we'll see. That's pretty much all that I have for tonight. And I know I want to remind you guys that we have the Diamond Paint-a-thon coming up. That's going to be fun. Yay. Let's see. I don't have a lot that I'm. Oh, this weekend, for all those with children and grandchildren, The Lion King. I saw Aladdin last weekend. Oh my goodness. I loved Aladdin. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I really did. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even seen Spider-Man yet. I have not seen Toy Story yet. My brother got on me about that because clearly I should have saw Toy Story by now. But I haven't. I haven't seen it. I've been diamond painting. So I said, okay, I'm gonna get out the house. I'm gonna go see a movie, and we went to see. It was good too. We went to see Aladdin, and oh, it was so good. I couldn't believe it. And my son went crazy over it. He loved it. My daughter, she got a little crush on what's his name, Aladdin. She got a crush on him. So it was a lot of fun though. It was great fun. My mother loved the movie. Um, I think it was a win-win all around. We all loved the movie. We enjoyed it a lot. So next up, we decided we would try to go see Lion King. So we're going to see Lion King, and I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. Also, we'll see. You never know. It'll be good to. These will be the actual animals though, so it's gonna look like Jungle Book did a few years ago when Jungle Book came out. That looked like a actual live people, and the animals somehow or another moved their mouth and talked. But that was really good. Jungle Book was good also. So I'm looking forward to it. Definitely. Can't go to the movie, so we'll have to wait for Netflix. Yeah, it'll probably be on Stars first. Maybe Stars. I think one of them has a contract with Disney. I think it was Stars, but I can't remember. And so obviously a lot of their movies go there first. But it'll still be good. If you can't go, I don't like the movie theaters either. It's kind of like my mom. I was really shocked to get her to go. Oh, that's right. Yeah, my brother, his daughter, she has those also. She just started them though. She just turned 18, and she started getting them when she was 16. But yeah, she has them really bad. She has to, keep noises and things like that down. Can't be scared and things. Yep. And so, do you think that it's something Maggie will grow out of? That's what I was wondering with my niece, if it's something that they can grow out of. But you never know. Yeah, me too. Yeah, my brother's daughter, she had her first one. I believe she was 16, but it's what's keeping her from being able to get her license and everything because she can't risk having a seizure while she's driving. Maggies are different. Yeah, and the way you make her sound like they're frightening. They're really scary, and she goes to a specialist far away. Like my niece, she's had a few, and they obviously are watching her, but she doesn't go to a specialist. She doesn't have a specialist, and they don't know what caused hers, what like why she has them. Ooh, coming along, coming along. I know we gotta do. Yeah, we go to the specialist again next week. Oh, that's a long drive. A long drive. At least so. When does she go back to school? This is her appointment before school starts, or she'll have to go back before 5.5 month way. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of driving. That's a lot of driving. But that's your baby, and make sure everything is okay. And I'm sure you would drive 3 times as far just to make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. I know I would. I probably have walked. Probably would have walked. School starts to oh, you guys go back after us. I think school starts the second Monday in August here, and my daughter, going to she's decided to stay here and go to nursing school, so she'll be still like she passed her state board. I don't know if I told you guys that. So she took the exam 2 Saturdays ago, And then that following Monday, the results came in and she passed. So she got her state board. And now the next step is she's going to get fingerprinted. She wants to pay for her own fingerprinting. She doesn't work enough hours for her money to add up fast, but I told her I'm okay with that if she wanted to pay for her own. And then she'll be looking for a job. Hopefully, she'll be able to get hired. So, but when school starts back here, she's going to College of Southern Nevada, and they have that's where she's going for her associates. But they have a nursing school now that will be starting, and she was going to obviously go away to college, and now she's decided to stay here and get her nursing degree. Plus, she qualifies for the Millennial Scholarship, which is a scholarship awarded to Vegas residents if they attended so many years of school in the Clark County school system. They would qualify for it. Since she was an honor student when she was in high school, she would qualify to be able to get the highest amount. So they give it to you in two different. They give you the regular one, and then you can get like a platinum. And so that she doesn't leave any money on the table, she wanted to stay to get that. Yep. So she's still the youngest in her class, but she's not the youngest in the program. But she was the youngest in the class. She got accepted at 15, knowing that she would start at 16. And then she had to appeal because they wanted all their students initially to be over 18. But her counselor at school had told her that they had just created a new law where they had reduced the age to where you could get certified. And when the counselor told her that, that's when she applied and she opted out of early graduation to go to college. So it's been a long road for her. They do that here. They get 2 years free of college if they complete high school. Yep, yep. So that's pretty much she's going to school. She won't leave any money on the table. They'll pay for all kind of stuff, and because of her GPA and everything, I told her you'll be able to qualify for other scholarships also. So just make sure you apply, because I know a lot of students, they'll feel like, well, this money is here, I'll take this, and they won't think to apply and see if they qualify for anything else. But you know how mama thinking, get you a car because I can't buy you one. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. I went looking for a car for her. The best, you want to put your baby in something decent. You don't want anything breaking down. The best car that I found was like $6,000. I was like, oof, oof. I might as well pay this car I'm in off and give it to her. So that's why I said I'm starting to look for a truck, because it looks like that's what I'm gonna end up having to do. I can't, I can't see me paying, 6,000 for a car that breaks down on her 3 months later, and there's no warranty or anything, because I bought it as is. So I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. Try and get her done. She's getting older. I'm proud of her, so I'm gonna give her a nice trinket if I can. If I can find me something. Boy, that sounds selfish. You'll get a gift if I can get myself one. That's probably the evil in me coming out. It's so great to get funding for college. It is. Each of my girls got my own. See, so I don't feel so bad, Cindy B. I really don't. I don't feel so bad. Of course, I don't know if, that would never have worked if my dad tried to give me his old rigs at all. You want to give me what? If you don't stop overhead, that probably would have been the conversation. But that's needless. That's neither here nor there. My kids don't know that person, and my brother's too good to tell them about her. I don't know why he puts up with me. But he would never tell them, oh, your mom and her this and your mom. Boy, oh boy. They just see what they see when we get together. I'm sure they wonder. I sure make them wonder. Yes, I do. Okay, well, we have 1 minute. 1 minute, and then I'm gonna have. Don't don't see this as a bad thing, guys. See this as a reward. This has been here, and it's calling my name. It's saying, "Baby T, baby T, baby T." Yep, it's calling my name. I think I'm gonna eat 3 of them too. Sure am. Gonna eat 3 of them. The last time I got through at least 4 of them. And I said, when did they start making these to get putting 5 in them? But yep, see, ooh, that's my snack. Going to have a nice snack. Yes, I am. It's going to be good. Yep. And I'm going to keep painting because it looks like I probably have about 2 more hours to go. I can't believe how early it is. Yep, it is early for me. I know it's late for you guys. Mrs. Coffee should be about heading to bed because it is about 1:30 there. I don't see Rebecca. She's been lurking probably. And I know it's late there. It's like 12:30. And Jeremy, you have to work in the morning if you're still in here. So just me and my mods, I guess. I'm about to go. It's definitely been fun. Thank you guys for joining me. I had fun tonight. Just trying to give you a little bit of my personality. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for tuning in and coming to hang out with me, guys. You have a good evening, okay? Bye. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh.